We've just taken a flight over the Stena Immaculate, the tanker that was anchored yesterday that had the cargo ship collide into it. And we can see quite clearly from the images from the helicopter that the severe damage to this vessel is quite breathtaking, really, when you see that the central section of that vessel has just been caved in by the impact from the collision. And the fire damage from the resulting fireball and explosions that we know took place in the minutes that followed the collision yesterday morning, that fire damage is severe, and it has taken in big sections of the rear portion of the boat towards the stern. It is something that you can see from the air that is going to be really difficult to make safe and also to try to recover. And we know, of course, that this was a tanker that was carrying the jet fuel for the US Navy, and some of it at least has spilled into the North Sea. But flying over today, you can't really get a clear visual assessment because you can't see the pollution and you can't see necessarily the damage that is beneath the vessel either. And so what marine experts and wildlife charities are saying is that over the next 24 to 48 hours they'll be able to get a better assessment on just what the pollution may have done to the marine environment. We have also had a new statement from the operators of the Solong. That was the cargo vessel that crashed into the tanker yesterday in the North Sea off the coast of Lincolnshire, and they have confirmed that there was no sodium cyanide on board, and that will of course be a relief. They say that there were containers on board that had sodium cyanide, but they were empty and had only previously contained that hazardous chemical. So we are learning more all the time as to the nature of what was being carried on these vessels and the assessment and monitoring of it to see what level of pollution we're looking at. But a very serious situation. We can't, from the trip that we've just taken, see where that Solong cargo vessel is, and we're trying and work out where that is at the moment in the North Sea. But from the damage that we've seen of the tanker, the Stena Immaculate, it is vast. It's 183 meters long, that tanker, and the damage means that it's in a very precarious position right now in the North Sea. The operators of the Solong, the cargo vessel, they have extended their deepest sympathies to the family of the missing crew member. Of course, that search was at full pace yesterday, but was called off after darkness had fallen, and they say that their family are being provided the necessary support at what is a very uncertain and distressing time. So out there at the moment, from what we can see of the tanker at least, it is being supported by tugboats, but not many other vessels around it, and no obvious visual clues as to how much pollution, how much of that aviation fuel has spilled into the North Sea and what potential damage it may do. The damage that we saw from the pictures to that cargo vessel, the Solong, yesterday were extensive. The fire damage that it had suffered was very severe indeed. But as I say, at the moment, it is a pretty clear, bright day now, with the wind speeds having dropped. The fog that was around yesterday has cleared. But from our vantage point above this exclusion zone, we couldn't see where that Solong vessel now is. And that will be down to the investigators and the various authorities that are trying to unpick what happened here. How did this collision happen, given the technology and the radars and the checks and alert systems that are on board? We know that the evacuation process worked well when it needed to, but why did this happen in the first place? Was it down to human error? Were there other technology failures or mechanical failures in play at the time?